Hello, gods and goddesses, and welcome to another episode of the Goddess Chronicles. I am your host, Elevar.Maximus, and today I'm bringing you another prophetic message. Today's episode is called I'm a Victim. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment, plus share. Let's get in the episode. Today we are going to be talking about victimhood. I've been noticing a lot of patterns of people living in victimhood and then also with their wounds bleeding on other people and looking for sympathy. And the thing that I noticed is that we as humans, we keep perpetuating these cycles within us, and we just keep cutting ourselves over and over and over and over again, and sometimes looking for other people to fix the wounds when it wasn't theirs to begin with. And then we have the other type of victimhood, which I will call silent victimhood. And those are the people that keep it all inside and they don't tell anybody what's going on. But they have the ruminating thoughts over and over and over. And the people that they're hurting are themselves because they don't fix their problems either. Let's start off with our first example. I was talking to somebody that I knew, and I noticed that they had a hospital band on their wrist. And I didn't ask about that. I said, "How are you?" And they went on to tell me a story about how they got sick and ended up having to go to the hospital. And I said, "Well, okay, when did you go to the hospital?" And they said, 2 days ago. And the Most High was really having me focus on that hospital bracelet. And it was the fact that that person had went to the hospital 2 days ago. Why do you still have on the hospital bracelet? And what I realized with this person was that they just wanted to keep telling that story. They wanted proof. This was their badge of honor that they went through this very traumatic episode so that people could ask them, "Why do you have on this hospital bracelet?" And then they can go and tell this story and have people feel bad for them. Because here's the thing about it. There's no solution. I can't do anything about that. I cannot help you. The only thing I can do in this situation is feel sorry for you and give you pity and tell you that I'm sorry. Other than that, there's nothing else I can do. But that's exactly what this person wanted. They wanted to be able to complain and cry and put on a show. So I just want you to be watching out for that, because that's what some of these people do. They'll put on a big dramatic show just so they can tell you what's wrong with them. And you can give them some attention. The second example is somebody that I believe is going through psychosis. I'm going to start that out just flat out first. Every time I see this person, they've got a story of being terrorized. And I think that this person is replaying trauma in their mind over and over and over, and it's spilling out into their life. Now, the words that you put out your mouth can definitely make your reality. And this woman is speaking ill words into her own life and bringing tragedy after tragedy into her life by telling these stories over and over and over. So in a sense, re-traumatizing herself every single day, every single time. So I had to have a word. And the word was, you gotta stop this. You're only hurting yourself. And at the same time, you're telling people that can't do anything for you to make a difference in your life. You need to retrain your thinking, and you need to look into this so that you can stop this cycle, because honestly, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the relationships with other people. I've seen her romantic partner literally run from her and get very frustrated with her because this person just keeps ruminating the same ideas. The third example is somebody that wears their victimhood on the outside, kind of like you can tell that something happened to this person. So people will ask, and this person will always tell you that they're a victim and they want you to feel sorry for them. But this person will also tell you about how they made their life better, but not before giving you a good boo-hoo story. The third person I actually work with, so I can tell you that this person does have low self-esteem and has ruminating thoughts. We're working to get the confidence where it needs to be and have this person love themselves and try to figure out why they keep getting in situations to where things like this happen to them. We're currently working on ways that this person can have stronger character so that this person can get themselves out of victimhood. There was one thing that I started to notice with all these examples when I thought about this episode, and everybody is a mirror. And I was working through something recently and I realized I was putting myself through victimhood. I was the silent victim. I wasn't telling people what was going on with me and I wasn't asking for sympathy, but I was ruminating and I was punishing myself and I wasn't fixing my issue. Humanity is your greatest teacher, and if you pay attention, that's how you can fix yourself and you can fix your life. So once I immediately noticed the problem, I got to the solution and stopped thinking about these things the way that I had been thinking about them and reprogrammed it to turn it around into something positive. And not only that, make this episode so that others can see that they're not alone in this issue. I really just want people to know that sometimes they're only hurting themselves, and then sometimes, depending on how these issues evolve, they're getting other people involved in situations that they don't need to get involved in. Somebody just might want to ask you, how was your day? They don't need a 10-minute story. So just think about how you're approaching yourself, and do you love yourself? And do you want to get better? And the rest of humanity, and how what you're saying affects everybody else. Know that I love you, gods and goddesses. Have a good day.